Hi guys, and welcome to our channel. And thank you, Sadik, for all your time.
Hi.
And yeah, hi. So the film that today that we are going to be discussing is the Hindi film Love Hostel, which was streaming on Z5 today. It's a new release starring Bobby Deol, Lord Bobby, Sanya Malhotra. It's a birthday today, so happy birthday, Sanya Malhotra, and Vikrant Massey. So these are the three principal characters, and it is directed by Shankar Raman. So Sadik, just take it away. What is the synopsis that you would like to share about the film, and then
O-
I'll share my part.
Okay, so this film is actually about an intercaste marriage. By intercaste or interreligious marriage, a marriage of two guys, two individuals, which is Vikrant Massey and Sanya Malhotra, who both belong to different religions. So, as a result, the families of these individuals, they don't want to get married. So one of the family members of these two individuals, they hire an assassin, which is Bobby Deol, Lord Bobby. So they want to don't want to get married, and as a result, I don't want to spoil what they do next. So this actually forms how these two are not allowed to get married and how they are stopped by Lord Bobby. So this is how you will watch this film and you'll get to know. And one thing I want to assure you that this film is not entirely, but at some places it is very brutal, and you'll get to know how brutal it is. I mean, I don't want to speak further about this, but yes, I can guarantee you it is brutal and it is very tragic. So yes, you just check it out. So this is from my end.
So, so I also wanted to just add one thing that I have written the full review on my site, Popcorn Reviews. You can check that out. The link of which will be in the description box below. And Sadik was talking about that brutality that is there. And normally, when we see when such thing is shown on screen, there's a little bit of a build up. But here, there is no build up at all of the
Yeah,
violence. So you
yeah.
are caught unawares. You are just like what did that just happen, like like there were so many moments where my jaws were dropping, like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, like it was that it's actually sent a shiver down my spine. It is like that brutal. Movies don't do that. And they've got
Yeah.
the sound of the bullet right. The sound of the bullet did not, it's not like ditchkao. It's like a
Yeah.
proper sound, like it almost like something just happened, like,
Yeah.
it just commanded the respect.
And
So, oh my God. And yeah,
not only the bullet sound, I mean, when the bullet hits and what the
yeah, yeah,
whatever is formed on the head, of
yeah.
whoever died in
Bullet
this.
mark.
Yeah, the bullet mark which is formed. I mean, that was freaking realistic. This is what I really liked.
Oh my,
And
oh my God.
there was no melodrama. Another thing which I really like, there is no melodrama. It felt very realistic.
No melodrama. Very to the point. And it's just a 1 hour, 40-minute film. Out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that, 3-4 minutes are, I think, the rolling title. So
yeah, yeah,
95 odd minute film.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my God, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you make of the direction? I want to come to the direction first because primarily because this film is directed by the director of Gurgaon. Actually, spoilers. I happened to watch Akshay Oberoi in the film, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I did Instagram him. We are Instagram friends. So I
Nice.
did Instagram him saying that I was so surprised that you in this movie, and so he actually reminded me that this movie is directed by the director of Gurgaon, and I
Yeah.
had watched Gurgaon, and I felt it was like a totally a masterpiece. I mean, it was such a brilliant film, so hard hitting. Again, set in the uh, bylanes of Gurgaon, the city. Very dark, very intense, very rustic. All those elements are present here, but I feel this was also equally brutal. So, what do you make of the direction here, Satik? What is your take on the direction?
Okay, so the direction of Shankar Raman, I mean, I really have to say hats off to him, because in particular, the character development, what I really liked about the character development and how he used all these three characters, the main three characters, that is Vikrant Massey, Sanya Malhotra, and Bobby Deol. Because All three of them are really good actors, and they have always performed really well when they are given some meaty characters. And specifically about Bobby Deol, because I watched the
Mm.
film specifically when you penned your review, and when I was reading it, so you highlighted about Bobby, that how he has aced his role and how he has steamrolled everyone in this, and he really has, not only in terms of looks, but how brutal and how cold, cold murder type. I mean, and he's so, like, he has no guilt, no remorse, whatever he does, specifically what he does. I mean, he did in the penultimate scenes. And yeah, I mean, this was really what I never saw in Bobby. I don't think many directors, at least after 2000, because before 2000, and when specifically in Gupt and Soldier, there were directors that were able to get the best out of Bobby. But there have been very few directors after that. I mean, maybe Bardasht, maybe Hamras, and
Prakash Jha,
maybe, yeah, Prakash Jha, yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Ashram.
in Ashram, yes, they were able to get the best out of Bobby, but this one was, get the brutality out of Bobby. This was really, I really liked about it. And even though the other actors really did well. I mean, I'm not saying that the other one were really outcasted or really, not given meteor roles, but Bobby really did well. Really happy to see him
How
back.
was the direction then? How was the direction? What did you make of the direction? But
So specifically, I mean, yeah, I also wanted to,
in terms of the storytelling, or in terms of say introducing some dark humor in the plot,
yeah.
or
So
keeping the story taut. Yeah.
okay, so apart from the performances that Shankar Raman has got out of the actors, so the best part of this film was the short length. I mean, the film was not at all dragged, and the director made sure that all the scenes and everything is to the point, relevant, and is true to the story. I mean, whatever the story they had written, it was true to not only the storyline but also the characters, and it was shown very well on the screen. So obviously it's the core responsibility of the director to show it in an appropriate manner. And I think this is where Shankar was is able to succeed. And I specifically want to highlight what you just mentioned in the earlier part of the review regarding the climax. I mean, specifically the last 10-20 minutes, which were not at all dragged. There was no melodrama. I don't think there was even any sort of much more background music in the end also. Even when you
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, if there was background music, it was very subtle and very light. It was not at all loud. So this is what I really liked. And when I was watching the climax, it was like, apart from the sort of fantasy that was going on after whatever the assassination that happened. But if you just leave that out, it seemed very realistic. I mean, throughout
Very
the film,
realistic.
yeah. So this was what I really liked. So regarding the direction, and I also wanted to mention out about the when it comes to direction. So the technical aspects were also really good. I mean, Shankar didn't compromise on these technical aspects, so he did really well
Mm.
regarding all the color palettes, or the lightning and whatever it is. And I also wanted to mention about the cinematography. I mean, the cinematography was also really good, which is always essential. And
Top notch.
yeah, and the type of viewer we have become now, so we also focus on all these technical elements. So as a result,
Absolutely.
there was no compromise on all these elements. So yeah, I mean, overall a really
And
good film.
I just wanted to add one thing, that one drawback that I thought personally was that it was a little too quick for me. Uh, it could have been slightly more fleshed out. I remember Gurgaon being a similar length as well. Gurgaon wasn't too long as well.
Yeah,
And that worked as well. But here I felt that there were so many issues that it touched upon, intercaste marriages or honor killings,
uh,
or homophobia, that
yeah,
was there also briefly, that it was touched upon.
yeah,
Many of them were just touched upon, even the drug angle that was there, it was just a subplot that was just there.
yeah,
Probably they could have just fleshed it out a little more, probably to add a little layer of intrigue to it. I felt it was just too quick. The drama was so quick that it didn't allow me to think, and at times I felt that was a deterrent slightly for me, because it could have been a little more textured, little more layered. I mean, I'm not saying to slow down the pace completely. Probably 10 more minutes in the middle would have actually helped. That is personally my opinion. I might be wrong, but Sari, don't you think this is such a refreshing Hindi film that we watched? Like normally we on our channels only we are accusing Hindi films of selling us
Yeah,
remakes after remakes or biopics. But this is such a refreshing film. First I think it was Gheraiya, then it was that Rajkumar starrer Badai Do, and now it is this Love Hostel. So I think they're striking it out of the park. Yeah, what do you think?
exactly. Yeah, I really totally agree on this part, and I really, want to thank you that you were really excited to watch it, because I personally was not really excited, but you were constantly saying love hostel aa raha hai, love hostel aa raha hai, karna padega, ye karte hain and all that. I said, chalo, I think sahi hoga, and when I watched it, I was really happy that it really lived up to its hype, and not only you but many other people were really excited to watch it. And to be frank, it is really good, it is excellent. And another thing I wanted to point out is that again I'm coming to Bobby, because Bobby really impressed
I
me.
wanted to ask you that before that, Sadik. Before we get to Bobby, I'm going to dedicate a section for Bobby in 2 minutes. Before that, what do you make? What did you make of the performance of Vikrant Massey and Sanya Malhotra? Then we get to Lord Bobby after that.
Yeah, yeah. So Vikrant Massey and Sanya Malhotra again, they really did excellent. And being the love characters that they were in, so they were able to portray it really well. And I really like the chemistry between the two. You know, and specifically I don't want to spoil this, but specifically at the end, it was
Yeah.
really good. Though it was a bit fantasy when we were watching, the climax, but
Hmm.
overall if you see that that the chemistry between the two really good. And I specifically wanted to highlight regarding Vikrant Messi, because whatever
Yeah.
character he has been given in the last, what I can say, 3-4 years now, like if you see Mirzapur, if you see Cargo, and if you see I think what Made in Heaven, because Made in Heaven mein to he, yeah, Made in Heaven mein to he already had one episode, and one of two, oh, yeah, exactly. That also. Yeah. So whatever characters that he has given, he has done his absolute best. And here also, given the lead role, he did really well. And Sanya again, Sanya, I wanted to highlight the fact that her selection of her roles has been excellent. Whatever characters that
And
she,
yeah,
yeah,
sorry. So absolutely. So I just felt that Sanya Malhotra that is there, just to add to what you were saying, that I felt in a couple of her previous films, immediate previous films like Meenakshi Sundaram, or even
Paglet.
Paglet, yeah, Paglet, it was getting a little repetitive, slightly repetitive.
I
But
guess, I guess.
this I think was a totally different Sanya Malhotra that I
Ah,
witnessed, in Love Hostel.
yeah,
It wasn't that normal Gharelu type girl. This was like, she was gun totting also.
yeah, yeah,
And this was
totally.
a very different character that was there, to her. And now it is added to her filmography. So this was the brilliant. Which brings me to Lord Bobby, actually. Like, Sadik, you think this is the best performance of Bobby Deol in his career?
Won't say his best, because my personal favorite of his will always be Gupt. It will be very
Good.
difficult to,
Okay.
yeah, it will be very difficult to outshine that film, because Gupt is also my childhood, among my childhood favorite movies. So Gupt will always be there, Gupt along with Soldier. But yes, this performance along with Ashram, because it is a totally different, what can I say, a totally different shift in his career now, because obviously
He's
he's not,
reinvented himself,
he is
hasn't he?
reinvented. Obviously, I never knew the different range that he has in character, and I
My
wanted to,
God.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and I wanted to highlight the accent. the Haryani accent was there. Because whatever accent he has played in his career, they are almost the same. Either they are Punjabi or they are Hindi, but Haryani is different. And the Haryani accent and the
Yeah,
Haryani dialect which
very
was there,
authentic it is.
yeah, yeah, I really loved it, really. And but don't know why, but it somehow reminded me of the Hindi dubbing which was there of Pushpa of Fahad Fazil's character. So somewhat there was a slight similarity, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Not really, but
not really. Yeah,
okay.
that's why I'm saying that
This
maybe
was
I'm wrong.
more closer. I mean, this was so Sadik. I think because I'll just set a little context because I'm a little better privy with the Haryanvi accent. So here, I felt the character of Fahad Fazil wasn't very authentic as far
Ob-
as the
Obviously,
Haryanvi was concerned.
because that was a dubbing.
It was close to the city dialect. This
Ah,
was more rustic.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
more rustic. It was the
yeah.
interiors of North India and towards Haryana. So
This was
that's how
more,
they speak.
and
Yeah,
this was more genuine. This was really
it was.
genuine.
It was
The
absolutely,
way Bobby was able to pick it up and to implement it or
absolutely.
execute it, really did well. Really happy.
For me personally, I felt that this is on par with Ashram. I think Ashram and now Love Hostel, they're two of his finest performances of Bobby Deol in his career. I think hands down. And he's really reinvented himself. I have not seen this kind of performance
Yeah,
from
yeah,
leads anymore. Loved him in that as well. Although the movie was okay, but Class of '83 on Netflix
oh,
was quite. His performance was quite good.
yeah, yeah,
So refreshing, to reinvent himself. This is probably the second innings of Bobby Deol. Where he's actually smacking everything out of the park. Really enjoying his work. Probably that is what he's
absolutely,
enjoying his work. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
so Sadik, what would be your rating for the film Love Hostel on Z5?
Okay, so my rating for this would be a 4 out of 5 because really surprised and really happy to watch it. And due to the fact that I had very limited expectations of it, I thought that could be cliched and could be an average affair. But the performances and the manner in which it was shown, specifically the realistic brutality, so I'm going with a 4 out of 5 for this.
My rating would be 3.5 out of 5. Primarily because it was deliciously dark. The dark humor was intact. It was intense. It was brutal. It was shocking. It was spine chilling. But somewhere I felt that in the middle it could have been a little more fleshed out for me. So probably I just held back that half a star. So it is 3.5 out of 5 for me, and the same review would also be there on my site Popcorn Reviews. So please check that out as well. And guys, please also I don't know where are you watching this video. Are you watching it on Popcorn Reviews or on Filmactico Reviews? So subscribe to both the channels. Filmactico Reviews is of Sadik, and Popcorn Reviews is my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe both our channels. And please spread the love and spread the joy. Sadik, any last words?
No, no, but thank you so much. Thank you so much, Farad, for recommending this. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for providing your consistent feedback and also supporting us. So thank you so much. Yeah. So that's it
And do
from me.
let us know what movies can we discuss next in the comment section below.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you guys, and we'll meet you guys soon. So thank you.
Oh.
Bye.
Oh.